You've been lied to about how life works. Every productivity guru, every self-help author, every motivational speaker has convinced you that success demands perfect systems, flawless routines, and relentless control. But the truth? Life is laughably simple. The only reason it feels complicated is because simple truths don't sell. Complexity does. Complexity sounds smart. Simplicity sounds naive. But the real joke of life is this. The more you try to master everything, the more it slips through your fingers. Think about how you try to control your days. You plan every minute, write detailed goals, visualize perfect outcomes, and then life laughs. The meeting gets cancelled. The opportunity disappears. Someone lets you down. You're not failing because you're lazy or undisciplined. You're failing because you're gripping too tightly. Control is like trying to hold water. The harder you squeeze, the faster it escapes. The Stoics figured this out 2,000 years ago. You can only control two things, your actions and your reactions. Everything else belongs to life. You can't control traffic, but you can control when you leave. You can't control people's opinions, but you can control being someone worth respecting. Stop trying to be life's CEO. You're not managing an empire. You're surfing an ocean. Learn the rhythm. Ride the waves. That's real control. The same illusion shows up in how we chase happiness. Everyone's sprinting after it like it's a finish line, thinking, I'll be happy when I land that job, when I meet the right person, when I have everything figured out. But happiness doesn't work like that. It's not a destination, it's a side effect. The harder you chase it, the more it runs. Psychologists call this the hedonic treadmill. Whatever happens, you adapt, and your brain drags you back to baseline. Win the lottery, face a setback. 6 months later, you're roughly as happy as before. Happiness isn't something you catch. It's something that grows quietly when you stop looking. It appears when you move toward meaning, connection, and contribution, when you're so busy living that you forget to ask, am I happy right now? The paradox is simple. The less you need happiness, the more it shows up. And underneath all this runs your brain's private filter, the invisible lens shaping every thought you have. You think you see reality, but you're mostly seeing your own biases reflected back. Confirmation bias makes you notice only what proves you right. Loss aversion makes you fear losing far more than you enjoy winning. The halo effect makes you assume beauty equals intelligence. You judge others by their actions and yourself by your intentions. You remember your victories and quietly delete your failures. Even knowing about these biases doesn't make you immune to them, but awareness, just noticing them, changes everything. Next time you're completely sure about something, pause. Ask, which bias might be talking right now? That small question can save years of self-deception. Now here's a paradox that flips effort on its head. The harder you try to force certain things, the more they resist you. Try to fall asleep, you stay awake. Try to be impressive, you come off insecure. Try to be loved, and people sense your neediness. It's called the backwards law. The more desperately you want something, the more it runs. When I was starting my business, I chased clients with hunger in my voice and they disappeared. When I finally relaxed, focused on helping instead of selling, clients started reaching out. The secret is effort without attachment. Work hard, but don't cling to results. Act with purpose, but let go of control. Life rewards the relaxed, not the lazy, the ones doing the work without the tension of needing it to turn out perfectly. Your emotions run this entire system. 90% of your decisions come from feeling, not logic. Your rational brain isn't driving. It's narrating the story after the fact. Your emotional brain moves 500,000 times faster than your logical one. That's why gut feelings often beat spreadsheets. Emotions aren't weaknesses, they're data. The power lives in the pause between emotion and reaction. That pause is where you choose your story instead of letting instinct choose it for you. Speaking of story, your memory isn't a recording. It's an editable document you rewrite every time you revisit it. Each recall slightly alters the original. You fill gaps, adjust details, sometimes even invent moments that feel real. You're not remembering the event, you're remembering the last time you remembered it, which means you're already the author of your past. You might as well write intentionally. Choose to remember lessons, not just pain. Choose to highlight resilience, not regret. You can't change what happened, but you can change what it means. And when it comes to results, here is the simplest rule that governs almost everything: the 80-20 principle. 20% of what you do creates 80% of your results. 20% of your relationships create most of your joy. 20% of your habits cause most of your problems. But we keep majoring in minor things, fixating on the 80% that barely moves the needle. Identify your vital 20% and double down. Cut the noise. Focus on what actually builds momentum. Life isn't about doing more, it's about doing what matters most. Then there's the engine running all of this, your habits. Every habit is a loop. Cue, routine, reward. You feel stressed. Cue, open your phone. Routine. Feel temporary relief. Reward. You can't delete that loop, your brain doesn't allow it. But you can replace the middle step. Keep the cue and the reward. Just upgrade the routine. Stress cue, go for a walk, take a deep breath, write something down. Same loop, better outcome. That's how your autopilot becomes your ally instead of your enemy. And all these small loops add up to one massive force. Compound effect. The math is simple. Get 1% better each day, and you're 37 times better in a year. Read 10 pages a day, that's 12 books. Save $5 a day, that's nearly $2,000 a year. Miss a day, nothing happens. Miss 100, everything changes. Growth and decline both compound. Success isn't built in big leaps. It's built in quiet repetitions. Even your brain understands this principle. Every night while you sleep, it cleans itself, literally. Cerebrospinal fluid flows through your brain tissue, washing away toxins built up during the day. Your brain cells shrink slightly to make room for this cleaning. One bad night of sleep, and the waste lingers, like working in a cluttered office. That's why sleep deprivation feels foggy. It's not just tiredness. It's garbage in your neurons. Sleep isn't rest, it's maintenance. Respect it. Put all this together and life suddenly stops being complicated. Accept what you can't control. Almost everything. Master what you can. Your actions, your reactions, your focus. Recognize your biases. Act without desperation. Replace broken habits instead of deleting them. Protect your sleep. Double down on what truly matters. Compound small wins until they turn into momentum. You don't need 1,000 strategies or $1 million morning routine. You need awareness, intention, and consistency. Life was never complicated. We just made the search complicated because we didn't like simple answers. But the truth has always been hiding in plain sight. The less you try to control life, the more it starts working for you. The less you chase happiness, the more it finds you. The less you force progress, the faster it unfolds. You don't need to find yourself. You're already here. You just need to create yourself. One tiny, deliberate choice at a time. That's how life actually works. So if this video gave you something to think about, if it helped you see life a little more clearly, take a second to support the channel. Hit the like button so more people can find this message, and subscribe if you want more videos that challenge the way you think, not just the way you live. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.